And all doing as he pleased, flipping and flopping me everywhere, attempting no penetration. He just stood and dragged me up and tossed me with both hands. His hands brought under my ass, and we were face to face. Immediately he revealed to me the method behind his madness, for he lowered my body just enough for my little butt to press and linger on his hardness. And God only knows I was ready to implode. Again, with no warning, he raised me up so my gaze was transfixed with his. Then he moved in and parted my lips with his tongue to engage me, and I'm going to fuck tonight. And kiss. He sucked so deep and hard I could feel a tugging on my tongue ring that was making me even wetter yet. So I eased away and started sucking back, trying to swallow everything that I could get. I tasted summer fruits, lavender and whipped cream, blended with fresh morning dew on his breath. My entire being was reduced to jelly by merely his kisses, and he hadn't reached anywhere yet. With tongues still in a tussle here, we bustled our way over to the sofa, still with no attempt to partake. He just fell back to look me over. He started his flipping and flopping again, this time to have me straddle his crotch. And my senses went wild, for I knew right then the games had just been kicked up a notch. I was like his clump of Play-Doh as he fashioned me to his pleasing, and I became like a junkie gone a day without crack. As he prolonged his sweet, merciless teasing, he passed his hands along my shoulders, slowly taking the strings of my satin nightgown all the way down to my waistline. He stared and smiled, and with the tip of his tongue, he tainted his seal of approval, one nipple at a time. There was nothing that would stunt my liberation at this point. I was breaking loose, no if, and, or but. I was fiending for the smother. Tonight, I was prepared to be his doting and dutiful slut. My body reeked with a wanton desire from his influence that it was under. I didn't care about the aftermath. I was totally in surrender. Yet I was repenting silently, hoping he might have thought it was a moan, but I didn't even care. He had to know what it was doing to me. That pink rascal had got on my hair, and when his other hand went exploring my lower body to find the treasure there under, he found my little gemstone between my petals, which his able fingers had spread wide asunder. And tried I may, and tried I might, I could not hold back. Even though I was covering my mouth, it's like the screams just escaped through my fingers, and I belted an ear-piercing shout, "Oh, Mama, wherever you are right now, forgive me. I know you raised me better than this. But Mama, I know that you would understand if you could feel what he is doing to my clitoris." And I could tell he blocked out my sounds to stay focused on his mission. And every flick of his finger revealed his real intention. He blew, he drummed, my body reverberated as he strummed. And the waves of my emotion soared to its crescendo. And my responding moans were gushing in soprano. I blew a whole symphony up in that freaking place when with two swift moves he had me straddling his face. And my waistline right then just seemed to take on a life of its own. It was thrusting and gyrating as I struggled to fight a Linda exorcist. I knew I had to regain some control to stabilize myself in the spell that I had sunk. I had to hold on a little longer. I was not going out like a punk. All evening he had his way with me, flipping me, flopping me, melting me, playing me, doing exactly as he liked. Well, since he had damn near turned me into an opera singer, I was going to need a mic. And as soon as this thought entered my mind, I took back control, and we were 60+9. I was performing well on his mic, and he was moaning and groaning and shaking like hell. And the only time I stopped to take a breath was when I screamed, "Who's your mama?" Now, who is under a spell? Now, Brother Man had some serious stamina. The way he held out was worthy of an applause. And I started to have some serious doubt that I could wear him out before my jaws. Let me set the record straight. I was truly digging this fella. It was never about who's a loser or a winner. But I had to save my dignity. I was nearly 7 years his senior. I hadn't been too many times around the block, but I've seen some things in this world. But the expertise this boy had on me had reduced my stature to really more than a schoolgirl. And he showed me right then that the race is not for the swift, but for those who can endure. Because while I was there busy trying to prove a point, he was gently nibbling away till I could feel the climax bust out of my every pore. He had taken my body to a frenzious vibration, and as my sweet syrup spewed soothing my soul. I had no choice but to let go and enjoy the mind-blowing sensation. I held on and he followed close behind and we collapsed in a semi-somnambulant state of slumber. And I learned a priceless lesson that night, that age was less than a number.